tonight in a theme that rhymes. God, work with my mind. Get me prepared for what you have for me. There are many of you, you don't have things tonight that you should have. Therefore, who should already be possessing certain things tonight, but you don't have it. You don't have it. And the reason you don't have it is your mind. I want us to know this morning that when you can believe without seeing, you bona fide. I said, you bona fide. When you can trust a God that you've never laid your eyes on, you bona fide. When you can keep doing what your God tells you to do, despite what you're seeing or hearing or even feeling at times, you bona fide. I said, you bona fide. When you can believe better is here and better is coming, and it ain't based upon nothing you seeing, you know you bona fide. When you can bounce a check and keep believing, you know you bona fide. When you can lose a job and keep shouting, you know you bona fide. When you can smile at the midst of a negative report, you know you bona fide. The word bona fide has to do with that which is real. It's when a person is genuine or authentic. Now see, the modern church is full of pseudo believers. Church is filled with folk who like to talk, but don't really walk the walk. Oh, Lord, you know I'm right. You could have gave me an amen on that. You know that's the church is filled with pseudo believers or folk that are fake. Back in the day when we was growing up, we used to call somebody that was fake, we'll tell them that you phony. You ain't bona fide. But again, if you are a bona fide believer, saying about you that your faith is real. You know, but Paul talked about Timothy, that he had genuine faith, that he had received from his grandmama and his mama. Paul knew about Timothy that your faith is genuine, or he knew that Timothy was a bona fide believer. When you reach the point to where you are bona fide, it's not just going to be evident to you, but it's going to be evident to people who know you. In other words, when you become a bona fide believer, folk you go to church with will attest to the truth that your faith is real. They'll say stuff like, that girl don't just talk to be talking, but she bona fide. Yeah, that brother is not just playing church, but he's a bona fide believer. I wonder, do you have anybody that will give evidence, anybody that will co-sign to the truth that you are a bona fide believer? See, some of us are quiet because you know the only person that's really going to say that you're bona fide is you. And if you say it, then you're lying or you are deceiving yourself. Because one thing I want us to understand about a bona fide believer, or someone whose faith or belief is real, authentic, or genuine, is that a bona fide believer has been tested or is proven. See, in order to truly be bona fide, you're going to have to go through some things that are going to give proof, or that's going to share evidence on the fact that you're real in God. Yeah, sometimes you have to not only be saying the right thing, but folk got to see you doing the right thing. Now, am I right about it this morning? See, somebody came to church this morning and you're going through some trials, but you bona fide because you gave God the praise as if everything in your life was wonderful. You are so bona fide that folks around you cannot even detect what you're going through. Oh, fide. You folk can't tell when you got money. They can't tell when you ain't got it. Why? Bona fide. Are you bona fide this morning? Don't just look sad. You don't just disfigure your face so folks will pity you about what you're going through. You bona fide. You keep smiling even though pain is in your body. You continue to smile, and you so bona fide that you'll be lifting up other folk. You'll be encouraging other people in their faith even though you're going through something yourself. How can you do that? You're bona fide. You're bona fide. But sadly in the church, even in anointed churches, even in churches that are overseen by bona fide prophets or pastors, you have in congregations pseudo believers. Because what I want us to understand this morning is that bona fide believers are rare. I said they rare. If you're looking for a bona fide believer, you probably gonna have to do a diligent search in order to truly find one. You have to do a diligent search. Because you're looking for folk that can go through trouble without throwing pity parties. So you're going to have to do a diligent search. May not be able to even find one on your road, just depending on what road you on. You may not even have a bona fide believer on your road or in your house. Your house may have 3 or 4 folk that live in it, but you're going to have to do a diligent search to find in your own house another bona fide believer other than yourself. And I got to admit, because I pastor this church, and I got to admit that we have some pseudo believers. We have some folk that talk, but they don't really do what they say. We have some folk that tell other folk what they need to do, yet when you examine them, they're not doing not only what they told somebody else to do, but they're not doing what the Bible tells them that they need to do. But it doesn't stop them from telling you what they see in your life. It don't stop them from prophesying to you. See, they fake, they phony. Pastor, how do you know that folks are not bona fide? Number one, they just too ordinary. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you run across a bona fide believer, he or she is anything but ordinary. I'm going to prove it to you. The way they talk is not ordinary talk. Come on. Things that they do is not ordinary. No, you don't be bleeding for no 12 years and then went from doctor to doctor and broke, and yet then you come and trying to get to Jesus and there's a crowd all around him, and instead of going home, you press your way through the crowd and you touch his garment and get your healing. Girl, you know you ain't ordinary. Come on, you don't go to no house and it's crowded all on the outside and you can't get your friend in, so you just go home. You ordinary. But when you decide to climb on top of the roof and tear the roof off and then lower down your friend, you know that ain't ordinary. And some of us are guilty of being too ordinary. Let me give you some definitions of what it means to be ordinary. Number one, when something is ordinary, it's not special or it has no distinctive features. So there's nothing special to it. Ain't nothing special about you. I don't see any distinctive features. See, Jesus told Thomas plainly, Thomas, you believe because you seen. But I'm going to tell you about a distinctive feature that folk have that a bona fide belief. Thomas, they going to believe though they have not seen. If you believe without seeing, that's a distinctive feature that will set you apart from the average church person. Because a whole lot of folk go to church, but in order to believe, they got to see something. But when you ordinary, when there's really nothing special about you, there are no distinctive qualities or features that set you apart from your unsaved cousin, from your co-worker who never goes to church, only listen to gospel music on Sunday. There's really no difference between you and them if the truth be told. Number two says that you're just commonplace or you're just normal. Don't she sing in y'all choir? Yeah, she sing up there, but she normal. She normal. She gonna sing hard if everything is going good. But she may not show up if things are not going the way she wants it to go. She normal. Isn't he a deacon at your church? Yeah, he normal though. You can't really count on him. He may do right, he may not do right. He normal. See, the problem in some of our families is that they don't understand as much as you go to church. They trying to figure out why you so much like them. You stay depressed like she stayed depressed. You on the same medication for depression that sinners on. You normal. And see, what it boiled down to is that when you just common, you do things like normal folk. You handle and you deal with things like normal folk. See, everybody gonna go through trouble. Everybody gonna experience problems. But if you're a bona fide believer, you shouldn't handle your problems like a hypocritical church person handles their problem. It should be a difference in how you handle what you're going through versus what a sinner or how a sinner handles what they're going through. I come to tell you, I come to preach to you that there is a difference. There is a distinctive difference between me and a sinner. I ain't no sinner. I'm a bona fide believer. I've been tested. My faith has been proven. But when you ordinary, you deal with stuff like a normal person.